I'm Rebecca.
I'm Caitlin.
I'm Nessa.
This is the Family Showdown! Howdy folks, welcome back to my top 100 games of all time. I'm Hunter, and this is Rebecca, and I have nothing funny to say about our clothes this time. Today we're looking at my 30 to 21. Let's take a look. Let's take a preview. Little sneak peek. Little teaser.
I'm so confused.
Here we go.
Okay.
Got 3 games that are going up. 5 games that are going down. 2 new games, technically. And among those 10, 2 games I do not own. Crazy.
I think I know what the technically is, but I can't spoil it.
Well, let's spoil it right now because my number 30 is 1889 History of the Shikoku Railway.
That sounds like Japanese railway.
Yes, it is. It's an 18XX game set in Japan.
Okay. Oh, I remember that one now. Shikoku. Yeah, okay, you did say it right, because I was thinking you're trying to pronounce something from back east. It was...
Shikoku.
Yeah, Shikoku.
Anyway, this is my number 30. It is technically new to the list because in prior years, 1846 was the stand-in for all 18XX games. This year, you, the people, have decided to spread my 18XX games amongst my top 100.
Nice little sprinkling, as it were.
And this 1889 landed right here at number 30.
Wow.
So I did a little research. On your screen, you'll see a handy-dandy flowchart of flowchartness.
What in the world? 18XX family... Oh.
So if you look, this is where all the 18XX games, they have a family tree.
There's that many of them?
Yes. There's probably more than this.
Oh.
It all started in 1829 with 1829.
Oh.
And then directly branched off from 1829 is my favorite family of games, the 1830 games.
Oh my gosh.
And if you look at 1830, there's a little purplish pink little line that shows all the games that came from 1830 and 1889. History of the Shikoku Railways is a derivation of 1830. The more you know.
I don't know if I'm better for knowing this. I just... Okay, so no, seriously though, I gotta look at this for a second. There's that many 18XX games.
And like I said, that's old, so probably more. And that chart is courtesy, well, not courtesy of, I stole it from, the railsonboards.com.
Holy good goodness. So there's one for every year, I'm assuming?
I don't know. Why don't you just figure that out right now?
Heck no.
Yes. So, like I said, 1830 type games, the games that derived from 1830 are my favorite. Of course, all the ones I've played are those games, except for 1846, which you saw back in the way back time of, where was that? Way back time of, where was 1846?
So you have some kind of bias for the 1830s is what you're saying?
I'm going to explain in a second. 1846 was my 54. Anyway.
Okay.
So the 1830 games, I made a little notey note right here. It says 1830 games have a two-dimensional stock market with a more focus on stocks, which I enjoy. This particular one, since we're talking about 1889, is 1830, but with a smaller map, more terrain problems, because Japan has got all mountains and all kinds of craziness in it, and different private companies. So if you know 18XX games, you know what that means. If you don't, well, it's a great game.
It's a lot. It's a heavy game.
So I like I said, I like the 1830 games because the stock market is more of a focus, which is the part of the game I like the most.
Yeah.
1889 is of the 3 1830 games I've played, This is the first one.
Wait. Did you just say 1889 is an 1830 game?
Yes, it's derived.
Oh, in the family. Okay.
Yes,
you gotta explain that because I was
I already explained that.
The number.
Hey,
No,
you
it just
rewind
like...
about 2 minutes ago. I said that all these
yeah,
games.
but I just heard the years.
All these games.
I just heard the years, and I was like,
all these games.
18... You heard it too. It sounded weird. It wasn't just me. Okay.
It was just you.
Oh my gosh.
So, of the 3 1830-ish games that I've played, this is my first one to make the list. So use your own interpretation of that statement. 3 1830 games, first one. So
Yeah, I got you. But if it's like this other one that was like 1889 or something, it could be any year in 18 something.
oh my goodness,
Just saying.
we've lost her. So we're gonna move on. So it's the second 18XX game on the list, derived from 1830. I like it. It's cool.
A lot.
I like it a lot. All right, let's move on to something she can
It's on.
work with.
It's on.
My number 29. It was
Family
26
trees.
last time, so it's slight punitation. And yes,
again.
punitation is not a word. It is my word. You can't take my words away from me.
Thank you, Firefly.
And then number 29 is Crown of Amara.
I knew this would be high up on your list. This game is just too much fun.
Crown of Amara, 26. Like I said, 26 last time, 29 this time, holding strong. If it only goes down 3 points, that's basically the same spot. Love me some Crown of Amara. This is my this is the 90-minute Euro, but this one's actually half as long. This is a half of a 90-minute Euro. This game is zippy.
Blinding.
It's
Blinding
It's
speeds.
zippy. It zips on a crazy pace of 45 minutes. This game really plays really fast.
Super high internet speeds here.
I love this game. We tried this out a couple years ago at Dice Tower Retreat.
All the time.
We had a blast. It was awesome.
Cool. No, it's cool.
And this is one of our favorite Euro games. Probably our favorite less than an hour Euro game. Am I speaking out of school? Maybe I am speaking out of school. One of my favorite less than an hour Euro games.
Stay in school, kids.
Well, maybe I should tell you what the game's about. That'd be helpful, right? So, Round of Amara has 2 rondelles. You got one little worker's going around in a circle over here collecting resources. Another little worker over going on a rondelle around here over spending those resources on victory points and other stuff. It's got a cool action selection system where you have these cards. You're kind of pre-programming your actions, and then you fire them off and do cool stuff. And you get to pick which side of the board you're doing your actions on.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's a very awesome game. I love this game. It is so much fun to play.
If you're looking for a quick midweight Euro, I guess.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a midweight Euro. Don't listen to him.
It's in 45 minutes for 2 players and maybe 15 minutes more for each other player.
So good. So
Great game.
Good.
Got 2 scoring tracks. You have, I don't know what they're for, population and housing, maybe?
Yeah.
You don't want your people without houses. So whichever one's your lowest score is your actual score, so you can't just concentrate on one thing. You got to kind of balance it out.
It's true.
It's a cool one. Round of Amara, my number 29.
Yeah. I knew this would be on your list top high because it's just such a good game.
All right, let's move on.
Solid.
Move on to my number 28. It was my 22 last time, so another one that went down just a little bit.
Okay.
Stayed in the same general area.
Still in there.
If you remember the way back time of my 31.
Ooh, way back.
Long time ago.
Whoa.
31. It was Ora et Labora.
Well played.
And this is a more streamlined, in my opinion, a more streamlined version of that game.
Okay.
And that is Glass Road.
I agree. And it's good.
Glass
So
Road.
Good. Yeah.
Remember when I said that Crown of Amara was one of my favorite less than an hour Euro games? Here's another one. This one plays in about 45 minutes too, about the same amount of time. It's if you
That's
remember,
right. This one is that much quicker.
if you're looking at Ora Labora is like 2 hours.
Yeah.
This one's about 45 minutes. And it has the same cool little board with your resources. You have a little resource. This one not only has 1 wheel of resources, it has 2 wheels of resources. So one of them is makes glass, and the other one makes beer. I want to say, maybe
Because that's a good combo to have.
glass and beer, bricks. I don't know. what's the 2 things you're making in this game? I forget.
Glass
Glass and bricks.
Bricks.
Yeah, glass and bricks. So you have all these different resources that you're basically, this is just a tracker to keep track of your resources. But once you get one of like every resource, you make a glass, or you get one of every resource down here, you make a brick. and you kind of got to balance your resources to decide if you want bricks or you need the actual other resources instead. So it's kind of a game of how much can I get of each resource. It's got the same kind of thing where you're building a tableau. In this game, though, your tableau is a little different. You have a little... That's not it.
Nope.
You have a little board, a little town board here that's covered in forest and other things, and you have to kind of clear out stuff and then build buildings. Where building gives you victory points. They also help you with your production. It's a really cool game. I enjoy it.
Deforestation and...
So if you like Oret Labora, but you want something a little more zippy, and it plays great 2 players, Oret Labora plays great 2 players too.
Yeah.
But this one plays really great 2 players. Like I said, it's a 45-minute game.
Yep.
Maybe not as quite as much setup as Oret Labora. Less rules to learn as well. I like this one just a little bit more for those reasons. It's a good one.
It is. It's really good.
And I believe Glass Road is available. You can actually buy it, maybe. But Oret Labora is kind of out of print, so I think this one might be out of print, but it's probably easier to find since it's only 3 years old, whereas Oret Labora is 9 years old. So.
Oof, is it really? Gosh.
So that's my number. What number was that? 28.
Another good
Glass Road.
Man, such good games. Such good games.
All right, let's move on to one of my favorite Feld games. It was my favorite Feld game last year.
#FF, favorite Feld.
It was my number 15 last year. It dropped to 27, so a little bit of punition there, because it's no longer my favorite Feld game. And that
I did not just hear that.
The Oracle of Delphi.
It has been supplanted.
It has been supplanted.
Oh my!
So until recently, this is my favorite Feld game because this is a very unusual Feld. It's unlike a lot of his games. It's like a race. It's a race to accomplish some tasks. So you have these 12 tasks that you have to do.
Kind of like Hercules.
And you have to go out and do these tasks. Your little boat. You got a little boat. You're driving your little boat around doing these tasks. And it's a race. It's literally a race to finish first. You basically rolling dice. You use those dice for actions. The actions move your boat and pick up things and deliver things and do things and fight monsters and all sorts of craziness.
You roll dice, you do things.
It has punition cards that you have to avoid. Got little god tracks that you're moving up on, and when you get to the top of the track, you get like a super amazing, incredible power. You're actually interested on other people's turns, what they're doing. Because when they roll the dice, that's when you move up on your god tracks.
That's cool.
You get special powers, you get special abilities throughout the game. You have a special boat that's a little bit different than everyone else. It's a really cool game.
Yeah, I like this one because you can't quite pull off putting your head down and doing your own thing with this game.
Yeah.
Because it's very likely someone could sneak something by you and beat you.
Yeah, grab a cube that you want, or deliver a statue to a spot you need,
and the god powers too, for that matter. I mean, because he built that in, you want to keep an eye on that because you get these really cool benefits, and I really like those because once you get up to the top, I mean, you kind of want to streamline your favorite couple of them, right, to keep getting those if possible, so that you get these really cool benefits, and I like it.
Yep, I love this one.
I'm shocked though.
This one takes about an hour for 2 players. I'm giving 2 player at a time because that's usually what I play.
Yeah.
It's probably back says 60 minutes for 2 players, which is right.
Mm-hmm.
And it says 100 minutes for 4. So it's about, 20 minutes a player?
Yeah,
60 minutes plus 20 for each player beyond that.
Not too shabby.
I like
And
this
it's fun.
one.
It's
If you're
engaging.
looking for an extraordinary Feld, for 2 reasons, because it's really good and because it's unusual. It's not one of his normal types of games. I love this one. Still love it. I mean, it's still in the top. What is it?
Well, what'd you say?
27.
27?
Which is pretty good.
That's crazy good.
I'm feeling I'm cooling on Felds a little bit.
What? I'm glad I'm sitting down. This has been a shock.
Cooling
shock,
a
I
little.
say.
Just a little on Felds.
This is not your favorite
Oracle.
anymore?
Nope, because my new favorite Feld is my number 26.
Oh my goodness.
It was my 27 last time, so it went up 1 spot. So it basically held its position, and Oracle kind of dropped below it.
Whoa.
And that is Amerigo!
Oh. That one has been going up on both of our lists.
Amerigo,
I'm not
the new favorite Feld. Dun, 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 dun. A lot of people hate this Feld game. I love this
I
Feld
don't know why
game.
they hate it. It's got the coolest stuff in it.
I love Amerigo.
So cool.
So it's like,
Tower?
so my 2 favorite Felds, you're in a boat driving around. What can I say? I like driving around in boats, I guess.
Kind of interesting, yes. You like boating.
So Amerigo is a tile placement, basically drafting tiles and placing tiles. It's got a cool action selection system, which we're going to show because we always show it off. You always got when you show Amerigo, you got to show the cube tower.
Yeah.
So
well, it's not much to look at per se because it's clear plastic, but what it does.
I got it backwards.
What it does.
So your actions are selected with a little tower. It's so cute. You put little cubes in it. Oh, it's so much fun!
Okay, well, the fun part, although the way you poured that, the fun part is you do Yeah, see that? Did you see that? Okay, so you pre-drop some things into the tower before the game starts. And then each turn you're going to be dropping in some, and you never know what you're going to get. It's so exciting.
Anyway, I like
exciting.
The cubes are actually used to drive your actions. So basically, whatever cubes come out, each round you take a certain set of, like you say, your green cubes for this round. You drop them in, and then whatever cubes fall out, the different colors represent different actions you can take. And whichever color has the most cubes is the level of your action. So if you have 3 greens, 4 reds, and 2 blues, you're going to have a level 4 action. You can choose among the green, blue, and red actions. And those actions are various things. Driving your boat around, drafting tiles, putting tiles on the board, building little trading posts, all sorts of different actions that you can do. Really enjoy this game. It's a gimmick, and I like gimmicks. I'm a sucker for gimmicks. And I'm also finding that I said throughout this top 100, I like Feld games that are kind of break the mold. And this one not only breaks a mold, it has a mold. I don't know.
Then by definition, never mind.
Box is way too big for what it is, but that's okay.
Ridiculous.
Love me some Amerigo.
Woo woo.
My new favorite Feld.
I approve.
Everyone sit down and buckle in. I don't know.
What? A little late for that. We already had the shocker. I mean, everyone now is just like, recovering.
All right, let's move on to my number 25.
I don't know if I can handle it anymore.
Just had an expansion come out and a massive deluxe version on Kickstarter. You already missed it, but maybe it'll be in retail.
Oh.
I love our version of this game. She is itching to play it because she wants to know where it's going to land on our top 100. I'm itching to play it because we haven't played it in a while. And that is my number 25.
Oh.
Yeedo!
This game.
Yeedo.
This is a fun game.
So, I don't know if I said it went 4 places. This is my 29 last time.
Nice.
Love Yeedo. This is a heavy worker placement game. Probably one of the heavier worker placement games. It's really cool. It's got a lot of cool stuff. It's got... So each round you're doing kind of a bidding to take actions in certain areas. There are like different areas of the board that you can take actions in, and there's a bidding system, an auction system. And it's tricked up based on the number of players. For 2 players, basically divides those actions into 2 areas, and you can bid on one or the other area. For 3 players, I think it divides it into 3 areas, and then I think with 4 or more players, it uses all that you can bid on a specific area that you want to go to take the action. Has these contract cards that you're trying to fulfill. You fill those cards by going out on the board and doing worker placement type things. You're doing set collection. You're mostly just collecting items to fulfill the contracts. It's an amazing game. Got a little like a police officer. I don't know what they're called. Ninja Royal Guards. I don't know. They go around the board and you kind of can manipulate that. But whichever spot they end up in, all the workers in that action, they're basically blocked. They don't get to take their action. So there's kind of a little takey that. Is that a thing? Takey that? There's some
takey that?
There's some take that stuff with the guard, basically trying to maneuver it away from you or maneuver it towards your opponents.
I recall that being rather amusing, yes.
It's just a really solid,
it's
heavy worker placement game.
But it's got really cool objectives on those contract cards and stuff too. Like they'll have you do a bunch of really difficult things, but then you look at what the story says that you're doing, and it's like kidnap the emperor's daughter, and I'm like, well, yeah, that would be difficult. Okay, so I understand now why this card is so difficult to do.
And it's
cool.
It's a heavy one. This is a 2 to 3 hour game.
Yeah, it's really so much fun.
It's a really cool game. I got this second hand because it was out of print at the time. Now it's back into print. Like I said, you just missed the Kickstarter, so if you're interested, go out. You might be able to be a late backer or something like that for the Kickstarter if you're watching this fairly quickly, or maybe it'll come to retail. But we already have a deluxe version, in my opinion, of this game. So our version was lovingly blinged out by whoever owned it before me. And they instead of your workers
I love these.
In the base Yeedo game, your workers are just little discs.
Boring.
But he got little plastic little ninja guys.
They're color coded too.
And painted them the right color. So I love our little version of the game.
Oh my
so
gosh.
I didn't back to the deluxe version.
We don't need it, yeah.
Because I think ours is pretty good.
Ours is amazing.
So let's look at one of these contract cards randomly.
Ooh, fun.
And
Okay.
see what we're going to have to do.
Okay.
All right. We're going to steal the Shogun's personal correspondence.
That does not sound like a good idea.
It says, Ruchi? Maybe Ruchi. Our inside man at the Shogun's court fears that he is about to be exposed as a spy. This afternoon, he will be joining his master's hunting party, enter the castle in their absence, and steal the Shogun's personal correspondence. In this way, suspicion will hopefully shift away from Ruchi. And so it tells you what stuff you need to do it. It tells you what benefits you get if you do it. And I think you can even you can get a bonus if you add more. So you basically pay the standard amount, you get a certain bonus, and then if you add additional stuff, you get an extra little bit.
Watch
extra.
Patrol.
Is that what he's called?
Yep, Watch Patrol.
Anyway, so I just love this game. It's really cool. If you want a heavy worker placement game, I think is super thematic.
So good.
Yido is the game for you. Love me some Yido. I really want to play this one again.
Yep.
Luckily, it's on her list of to be played for her top 100.
I can't wait. I'm so excited.
It's 25 Yido. My number 24 was my 20 last time. It's holding strong. There's a lot of games holding strong in this section of 10.
I would hope so.
And
You had some good games last year.
that is time for another Lacerta. It's been a while. It's time for another one. And that is a Venus.
Yes.
Venus. Love it.
This game.
I
That's
love
it.
this.
The end. No.
I love me some Venus. So
This game is a beast. It is a beast.
like all Lacerta games, super heavy, lot to learn, lot to teach. But once you start playing, it just kind of just flows. It's just the actions make sense. They're simple to choose. Like in this game, you have a little 3x3 grid. You have a little worker guy, and you just move to this there's rules on how you move him around that grid, and wherever you go, you take that action. 9 different actions in the little grid, and you just go to that spot and take that action. You're basically winemakers. You are basically building vineyards. You're expanding out in the vineyards. You're building things. You're getting workers to come to your vineyard to make them better. You're making improvements in your vineyard. You're making wine. You take that wine and you can either sell it to the market or export it. And eventually, at the end of each year, I think you want to say, or season, you take one of your wines to show, and you go show it at the show, and you try to get tons of points by having the best wine at the show. There's weather conditions that affect how the wines are being produced each time. You got to react to those. There's all kinds of what are the people? The little dudes. I don't know. The people that you can get to help influence different factors in the game. I can't think of their names.
I knew until you told me.
I don't know what the name is.
Yeah, I knew until you told me.
Wine experts?
Yeah, they were wine experts, I think, but there was something else to them. They were
Anyway, I don't know. Well, it's an Evil Griffin game, so we know we have to take a look at the inside. It has an awesome insert. It's included with the game. Let's see how it held up.
So pretty.
Let's look. Take all the stuff out.
The insert's cool. The production is nice. I mean, it's the thick, heavy-duty cardboard.
Little barrels for your wine that you're shipping off. It's just really it's a really cool game. It the version I have, which is the deluxe edition, which is the edition I think you'll buy now if you go out and buy it. I believe Eagle Griffin still sells it on their website. The deluxe version has the original Venus that came out in 2010 and the streamlined 2016 edition. So you can play both. If you get the deluxe edition, you can play the original, which is slightly more complicated. It adds banking in the game, which in the 2016 it kind of takes that out because it really doesn't add much to the game. We played both.
I know we played both.
We like 2016
better. Yeah, okay. That makes sense.
We played 2010 once. We played 2016 several times.
So, yeah.
Love this game. If you're looking for another super thematic, heavy Euro game from Lacerta, this is one. This is one of my favorites. Like I said, it's really thematic. You build your vineyard, you're selling wine, you're deciding which one to show. It's got a nice flow to it. It's easy to play once you learn it and teach it, it's easy to play after that. With like all of his games. Love it. One of our favorites. Is it my favorite?
Ooh,
I don't know.
teaser.
I'm about to find out. Love me.
I know it's up there.
Love me some Lacerda. Love Venus. Take it away.
I know it's one.
Again, that's my number 24. It was 20 last time, so basically the same number.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Let's move on to another game with boats. Apparently I like games with
There's
boats.
an interesting theme for you. I like this.
It was my 14 last time. It dropped 9 places to 23. So it was 34 the year before that. So it's kind of like doing this, like the waves. Kind of got the waves.
Oh my gosh! Blah.
It was
I'm
10,
seasick.
13, 34, 14, 23. I don't know. Same general area, I guess. A little bit lower than normal.
You're just not sure where it fits in the world.
But I love this game. It's one of my It's another worker placement game.
Okay.
And this
Of
is
course.
Age of Empires 3: The Age of Discovery, or if you buy it now, Empires: Age of Discovery.
Can we pick a name?
Well, it kind of is a video game name that
Yeah.
we didn't necessarily have the rights to or lost the rights to. I don't know the story, but this is my Tom Vassal beat up horizontal stacking at the bottom of the pile game.
You can see it's like caved in.
It's been loved. So Age of Empires, you are colonists. Basically, you have a bunch of crappy workers. Take those crappy workers and put them in worker placement spots. It's got a cool system where there's all these spots on the left side of the board. I guess I can show it, huh?
Yeah.
So it has all the worker
The
placement.
board's cool. I like the board.
Has all the worker placement spots. It's a big board. It's got all the worker placement.
It's upside down.
That.
Ah! It's attacking him!
Can't even see it all.
Nope.
I'll kind of drop it a little bit.
There you
So
go.
you got all your over here on this side over here. You got all your worker placement spots all on this side of the board, and basically they're going to fire off from top to bottom. So stuff you get up here, you can use to pay for things down here at the bottom, and then over here on the side, this is where you're going out to colonize the new world. You're putting basically dudes over here, and eventually there's wars and battles that happen over here on this side of the board. It's got a set collection where you're collecting the resources you collect are really just set collection. This isn't going to fold this way. Does it fold this way?
The other way.
No, this doesn't fold this way. Whatever you did's not right.
Me? You know what else this game has? Chocolate boats.
So
them?
you start out with just a standard generic workers. You and your boats.
They're amazing.
It's your standard generic workers, and basically through those worker placement spots, you convert them into priests and warriors and soldiers and captains and merchants and all sorts of other different workers that you can use that take those similar actions but in a more powerful way. So if you do a merchanting action, which is a regular dude, it does one thing, but if you use a merchant on that action, it's more powerful. Same way with the different spots, different workers. And throughout the game, you're gaining these superpowers. So instead of each round you start with, like, I think you get 5 standard workers. That's just generic. But as time goes by, you'll get tiles and powers that say, okay, you get two captains every round. So eventually, like towards the end of the game, you got like 20 workers and doing all sorts of crazy stuff. There's the combats in the New World or area control. So there's scoring that goes on in those areas. Who has controls of those areas and get a certain number of points. First one to go to each of those spots gets a bonus resource. There's other ways to get resources. That's one of the spots you can go to. You get resources. That's a set collection. You get lots of victory points through set collection. The little chocolate boats. If you get a chocolate boat, it's a wild resource, which is really powerful in the game.
That's how I like to destroy this in this game, is to go resource crazy.
This is just there's lots of paths of victory. You can do area control. You can do resource gathering. You can do just different things to get points.
You can do a balance of all of them.
I like this game. It's got a nice flow to it. It is a fairly long game. It's a fairly detailed game. I wouldn't say it's a heavy game.
Yeah, because it's not super
the
complicated.
actions aren't
it's
that
just
complicated.
long.
There's just a lot going on.
Yeah.
It goes through 8 different eras. So you're going to do all those worker replacement spots 8 times, which is a lot for most games. You don't do that many rounds, and it's longer. It's a longer game because you have the combats that happen. They're kind of not really combats. You just eliminate some troops. It's pretty straightforward on the combat.
Yeah,
it's not
easy.
like you're rolling dice and doing all this crazy stuff.
It's almost risk-esque, because like it's whoever has the most people there, right?
For the most part, yeah.
It's mostly that, so
Yeah.
it's pretty straightforward to calculate for the battles. So
It's a good one. Comes with a bazillion little plastic miniatures. I don't know what the new version. I assume it comes with a bazillion plastic
I
miniatures.
wonder if they're as crazy. The color scheme is the same
I don't know.
craziness.
I like this game. I enjoy it a lot. If you like worker placement, area control, a little bit of attacky, a little bit of set collection, it's got a little bit of everything. It's a really solid game. Chocolate boats. I don't know if there's chocolate boats in the new version.
They need chocolate boats.
So yeah, it has all this Microsoft Game Studios and all this other stuff on it. So they must have lost the rights to use the name.
Oh.
So. Anyway, that's a good one. It's one of my favorite attacky worker placement games. Is that a thing? I just made it a thing.
That's a thing.
Well, let's move on to my number 22, which is my favorite, what I would say, true deck builder. I'll explain that next time. But probably my favorite true deck building game. It was my 23 last time, so it technically went up one spot. It's one of the gainers. Because I love this game. We played it recently, and I just keep... This game just... It's a solid game. I can't say much more about Cool Worlds!
Whoa! This high up for you?
It's been this high up.
Yay!
It was 23 last time, 32 before that, 48 before that, 24 before that. So, same general area, except for that one year, I kind of went off the rails a little bit with it. I think because we hadn't played it in a while, in that particular time. I love it.
Yay!
I love Cool Worlds. This is just a solid deck builder. If you're looking for just a really solid deck building game, this is one to seek out. I love it. It's
the art's cool.
It plays pretty fast. Plays pretty fast. 2-player. It's an hour-ish game. 2-player. You basically start out with a bunch of crappy armies and things.
Not even the mini. You just have a few.
And time go by, you're drafting more cards, you're building your deck, making it more efficient, making it more powerful. You're basically building up your troops and empower your troops to eventually, towards the end of the game, you're going to be conquering these core worlds, which is like the brunt of your victory points. We played, most recently played with everything. That's been our kind of thing we did this year, is every time we played a game with expansions, we played with everything. We played with everything, and we love everything in this game.
Yeah.
I think, did we put a note in here?
If we didn't, it's because we're playing with everything.
Yeah, I don't know if we put a note in
I don't think we needed to, because we know we like it.
We have everything in the world. I think I'm missing one promo card.
Really?
Out of this the whole thing.
I just like the art and stuff, and the fact that you're like conquering the worlds, and it's like the what is it? Space troops versus the spaceships. So they have ground and air.
Right.
Or space.
Some worlds need lots of air troops and not much ground troops, or no ground troops, and the other way around, a mixture of those.
All the combos.
And so you're basically building up your deck and designing it in such a way that you can conquer the worlds as time goes by, but then also planning for the core worlds, because you know at the start of the game how much it takes to conquer the various core worlds. You can go, okay, I want to go after that one and that one, so I need this combination of stuff. So I need to draft lots of air troops, for example, to do those. But you gotta watch what your opponent's doing, because if they go after the same ones as you, that could be problematic.
Yeah.
But I like this game. The base game itself is solid, a great game. You don't need the expansions, but the expansions, in my opinion, make it better, give you more choices. Yeah. It kind of mitigates some things, give you more, like I said, more variety to do things. I really, really like Cool Worlds. It's an amazing game. It came out quite a while ago.
Yeah.
When did it come out? 2012. I still love it. I think it's one of the best. I think it's the best deck builder out there that is truly a deck builder, not just a piece of the game is deck building. This game is all about the deck building.
That's true.
There's lots of games. There's some games up my list that have deck building, but it's not the focus of the game.
Nice.
I love it. It's a great game.
Yay!
She loves it too. This is one of the ones that always, when we do when we combine our top 100,
it's really high.
This is always way up the list, like top 5 usually. So
because
love me some Cool Worlds. Take it away. Get it out of here.
No.
Crappy game.
What?
All right.
My face.
One more to go. Here we go.
We have another one.
So way back. If you remember the way back time of number 30.
What?
The number 30, which was in this list, but like way back. I talked about 1889.
Oh my goodness.
Which is an 18XX game, derived from 1830, so it's a variation of 1830. But number 21 is 1830. What? 1830 railways and robber barons. Technically new to the list. I don't own it, but it was kind of on my list because 1846 was the placeholder in previous years.
Okay.
And 1846 was...
Oh, so long ago.
Well, yeah, it was my number... What did I say? I just said it a little bit ago. Oh, yeah, it was on this side. It was my number 54, but it was 67 the year before, but 19 the year before that. So 19 and this one's 21. So yeah. Anyway,
That makes sense.
take it for what it's worth. So this is one of the earliest, one of the I guess original 18xx games. 828. It's a direct descendant of 1829, which is the first 18xx game, I believe. That's what, according to this family tree thing I have. Family tree thing I have here.
So he's like the great grandpappy of the 18.
No, he's more of the granddaddy. He's not the great granddaddy.
Okay.
I don't know the order these came out. But anyway, 1830. I love it. It's a great game. It's the 1830s games are my favorite. I haven't experienced a lot of other ones. I may come back next year and play some crazy. What's a crazy one here? Let's pick one. 18 New England. I may play that. That may be my favorite.
What kind of year is that? What is that? I cry shenanigans here.
But the 1830s are the ones I'm enjoying, so I'm playing variations of 1830 because that's what I like. And so 1830 Railways and Robber Barons is my number 21. It's a great 18xx game. It's probably one of the ones I would suggest for your first, maybe. If you want to jump in kind of at the deep end of 18xx, that's probably one of the first ones. That one or 1846 are really good to start with. It gives you 1830 gives you a good basis for some other games that I enjoy. So it's a good starting point. So once you learn 1830, you can learn how many other games are directly off of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 games that have basically the same rule system as 1830 with some slight tweaks. 1830 has a two-dimensional stock market. Like I said earlier, stock market is my favorite part of the game. Most people like the building the tracks and doing the routes and stuff, but I like the manipulating the stock and buying and selling stock and moving the stock's prices up and down and withholding and sending dividends and all that good stuff. The economic part of the game is what I enjoy the most, and I enjoy the track stuff too. But man, anyway, 1830, number 21, technically new to the list, and I do not own it. I only own 2 18xx games, and this is not one of them.
Wow.
And that's it. We made it. We made it through.
I don't know that my heart made it through.
Why?
There were some shockers.
What? What
I'm
was
just
shocking?
saying.
I don't know what's shocking. Well, let's see what's shocking about next time. Let's talk about the next set. This is what I'm dubbing. No, it's not quite the biggest Punition 10. It's pretty close. I'm dubbing it the standard list, the Punition list, whatever you want to call it. All right, we got only one game. A single game out of the 10 went up. 7 games went down.
Yeah, but probably only a little bit, I'm guessing. That's my guess.
Probably only a little bit. She might be right. Maybe.
Because this is really high up there.
2 new games.
Wow.
In this set of 10.
Okay.
And I'll own all of them. Last game I do not own, technically, is 1830. So
oh, really? So
top 20 else? I own all of them.
Okay.
So, there you go.
Bye.